The Infinix Note 60 Ultra. Where do I even start from? So yes, this is the Infinix Note 60 Ultra, the most premium device yet from Infinix. And I get why people are saying so much about this phone. Some people are complaining about the price. Some people are talking about how premium and how much features Infinix has packed into this device. Since I have the device, let me tell you my experience. Now, the Note 60 Ultra, like I said before, is their most premium phone yet. And they have partnered with the Italian designer Pininfarina to design this phone. It is a limited edition phone, so it is not a device I expect to be in so much quantity. That is why we have it priced at about $720. Pininfarina is an Italian designer who previously made some iconic designs for Ferrari, and they have collaborated with Infinix for this phone. We've previously seen the Infinix Note 60 Edge and 60 Pro. I have reviews on those on the channel, you can check them out, but this is top of the food chain. Since Infinix is trying to position this as a premium smartphone, it comes in a very interesting packaging. I'd say the most I've seen with any Infinix phone. It comes with a wireless charging stand that looks like a car, literally. How many phones can you buy these days that actually come with a wireless charger? Not even the most expensive ones. But moving on, you also get a premium looking case that fits the phone nicely and complements the design, and also does a little bit of protection. And then we get USB-C earphones and a 100 watts charging brick. This time we get it with a USB-C port, so the cable that comes in the box is USB-C to C. I think that's the first for Infinix as well. They usually come with USB-A to C cables. Even the SIM ejector tool is customized to look like a car. You could tell they put so much thought and effort into the packaging of this device to ensure that you get that premium feeling when you're unboxing the phone. But as most of my audience would want to say, forget the premium unboxing, what does the phone have to offer? So we'll start with the design overall, which, as you can see, obviously is different from every other Infinix phone that we've seen, and it's pretty much unique. You can't really say they copied this from anywhere. On the sides, on the back of the device, you see designed by Pininfarina. It is branded on the left frame. You also have that branding on the lower part of the camera bump. As for ports and buttons, we have the usual volume rocker and power keys, and then we also have the health sensor as we saw with the Note 60 Pro. On the left frame, we have a mute button which is customizable to use for other functions or other applications. We also get stereo speakers tuned by JBL, and of course your IR blaster for controlling your electronic devices. So it's the complete package when it comes to ports, buttons, physical features, except headphone jack, of course, which is no longer a premium feature these days. Now, one thing that differentiates this from the Note 60 Pro, aside from the obvious design, is the active matrix display. On this one, I like how it blends nicely with the camera bump, and then on the bottom you also have this red light that glows, adding to that Ferrari-esque design. Ferrari-esque, or should we call it Ferraristic? On the camera bump here, we have the active matrix display. If you pay attention to the detail, the glass is slightly curved, and then the frame that goes around it is textured. That feels nice. As with the Note 60 Pro, the active matrix display is customizable for notifications. You can also use custom text on it. I also have Stick Parvis Magna display on mine, and then you can use it for games if you want to while away time. It's a nice feature that adds to the overall design and classic look of the Infinix Note 60 Ultra. But that is not all when it comes to how the phone looks. If you turn to the display, it's one of the most beautiful looking displays I've seen on an Infinix phone. It is 1.5K AMOLED, 144Hz refresh rate. I know you like the wallpaper. I get a lot of comments asking me about the wallpapers on my videos. I get it from the Wallcraft wallpaper app. They're not sponsoring this video, so go and search for it. I'm not going to add any links. Of course, if they want to sponsor, I'm available. It's a sizable display at 6.78 inches, perfect for media consumption, slim bezels, and it can get really bright up to 4500 nits in high brightness mode. The display protection here is Gorilla Glass 7i. As for build quality, while the Infinix Note 60 Pro looks and feels like a well put together phone, the ingress protection is IP64, that is for dust and splash resistance. At this price point, you probably demand IP67 or IP68, but it's okay. Actually, it's not, but it's not a deal breaker. The Note 60 Ultra comes with an optical fingerprint scanner which works really well to unlock the device. It's pretty responsive, pretty fast. So let's talk about the software experience. It is still XOS 16.1 and Android 16, and Infinix is promising 5 years of software support, which is split into 3 major OS upgrades and 2 extra years for security updates. The software experience overall is smooth. The animations operating the device is fluid. 144Hz refresh rate. However, most apps do not yet support 144Hz refresh rate, so most of them will be capped at 120 or even 90 or 60 depending on the app you're using. But then in the settings of the phone, you can set those apps that support higher than 120Hz to have custom refresh rates so they can exceed and refresh beyond 120Hz. For gaming, however, most games will not go beyond 120 FPS, but more detail on that when we talk about the gaming capabilities of the Note 60 Ultra. Still on the software experience, beyond all the fluidity and that premium feel when operating the device, I feel like Infinix should have still been able to tone it down on the ads, or even not have it at all since they are trying to position it as a premium phone. The Note 60 Ultra comes with a ton of pre-installed applications, and we still get some random notifications from pre-installed apps. Not quite the experience you would want from a phone that is being positioned as premium. XOS 16, as we've seen before, has Infinix take on liquid glass, and I think they've implemented it quite well. It looks nice. When it comes to AI features, Infinix stays leagues ahead of most of the competition with the integration of different AI models into their voice assistant for Folax. We have the likes of ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Grok, Gemini, and a couple of others integrated here. So you don't have to download separate applications to access these AI models. You can do it from the default voice assistant. You can find all of its AI features in the Infinix AI section of the settings, the likes of AI writing, notes, recording summary, subtitles, visual enhancer, circle to search, plenty more. Just go to that section of the settings if you like to fiddle with plenty of AI features on your phone. Now let's talk about one feature that is a selling point for the Infinix Note 60 Ultra. I'm talking about the satellite connectivity, which you don't actually find on many smartphones, especially not even at this price point. The Infinix Note 60 Ultra is capable of two-way satellite communication, so it can connect to satellites if you have no network reception. So you can make calls or send messages over a satellite network. You might say that's not a feature you're going to depend on, but it's a nice one to have. At least I can say my phone has it and yours does not. But then there's a catch. You need to be using a SIM card that supports satellite connectivity. Precisely, your SIM card has to support Thuraya satellite communication. I've tried it with my MTN SIM card, Airtel SIM card, and it does not have that support. It is possible it can be enabled by calling the network provider, or you can just decide to buy a Thuraya SIM card and put it in the second SIM slot. That's possible. The phone supports eSIM, by the way, so that's also a first for Infinix and a nice improvement. We've been asking them to do that for a couple of years now. So yes, the satellite connectivity is a nice one to have, and the good news is that a Thuraya SIM card is not hard to find. It's just a matter of whether you will really need this feature that might determine whether or not you go out of your way to get one. Now let's talk performance. The Note 60 Ultra is powered by the Dimensity 8400 Ultimate. It is a 4nm processor with really high benchmark scores, and there is nothing you throw at the Note 60 Ultra that it will not handle. The only people that will really have complaints about the processor are those that are chasing like really high benchmark scores and know the difference between flagship and mid-range processors. But in real-world performance, you are probably not going to notice the difference. It will handle multitasking just fine. It is snappy. There is also no overheating issues. And then when you talk about its gaming performance, you can play the likes of Call of Duty Mobile at 120 FPS consistently. With Delta Force, you also get 120 FPS. There's a 144 FPS option, but that is grayed out. The summary is that this has the capacity to handle heavy games without struggling. But then again, someone that is going for a phone like this for its premium features is probably not interested in gaming. You have the likes of the GT50 Pro, which is a dedicated gaming device to do that. But yes, if you are going to be doing any sort of gaming, the Note 60 Ultra can handle it comfortably. Now that brings us to the battery life. Infinix did not hold back in that regard. We have 7000 mAh battery on the Note 60 Ultra. I think that is the most we have ever had on any Infinix phone. All the while I've had this phone, I've not had less than a day of usage. I'm talking about 8 hours plus screen on time. And then add that to the fact that we have 100 watts fast charging here, so you're not going to spend too much time waiting for it to charge from 0 to 100. That alongside 50 watts wireless charging and 10 watts reverse wireless and reverse wired charging, plus bypass charging for the gamers. So when it comes to charging and battery life, it checks all the boxes. So what about its cameras? The Note 60 Ultra uses a Samsung sensor, 200 megapixel for its main camera. We also get a 50 megapixel periscope lens and then 8 megapixel ultra wide. On the selfie camera, we have 32 megapixels. The Note 60 Ultra takes good photos, dynamic range is good. I mostly find myself using the periscope lens taking good portrait photos, and the results so far in my experience are okay. Sometimes though, the processing on the main camera when human subjects are involved, it's not quite there yet, but I believe with some optimization it can be corrected. But for the most part, it gives good results, including with low light photography. The periscope camera is capable of taking photos up to 100x zoom, but from experience, you want to get the best out of it, you probably want to stick to maximum of 10x. You can do maybe 20 or 30x if you want to see objects from afar off, but once you go beyond that, it's not going to be very impressive. On video performance, it can do 4K 60 FPS from the rear camera, and then on the main camera, it can do maximum of 4K 30 FPS. The results are satisfying. The periscope camera can also do 4K 60 FPS, but then the ultra wide maxes out at 2K 30 FPS. As for how the Infinix Note 60 Ultra compares to other smartphones around this price point, we have to separate the fact that it's being positioned as a premium phone, or should I say a special edition phone. So when it comes to specifications, say for example the processor compared to other phones around this price point, it is not exactly the best processor around this price, but then if you want it for its premium features, that's where the $720 price tag comes in. The likes of the GT50 Pro from Infinix has the same Dimensity 8400. So this is not really a phone that is trying to compete with other phones, and I feel like people that want to buy this kind of phones don't really care about what other phones you can buy. They want that special edition design. Imagine sitting and say my phone was designed by the Ferrari car designer. I guess that's a flex for people that like special edition phones. If you want a phone where you're really chasing specifications, numbers, value for money, don't really care about design and looks, you'll probably find other options that will meet your use case. Like I mentioned before, the GT50 Pro, even the Infinix Note 60 Pro. So if you're asking my opinion on whether the Infinix Note 60 Ultra is a solid phone, I think Infinix did a great job by giving us that premium look, premium design. You can't really accuse them of copying this design from any brand. It's unique to them, and I like that they had a collaboration with the Italian car designer to make this phone look premium, give you that premium software experience, premium unboxing experience, also that premium design. So that's the Infinix Note 60 Ultra. If your budget is lower and you want something else with good performance, you can go for the Note 60 Pro. If you want something specifically for gaming, I've mentioned before, you can go for the GT50 Pro, which has the same processor and has extra gaming features. But this is for, I guess, the 1%. Catch you in the next one.